computer. There we go. Just try again. Turn off my mic. Well, it's not recording. It's not going to YouTube for some reason. You know, it's the way it goes. But we are recording right now, so it's not all. What a pain! It's just not going. I'm gonna try one more time. And right now, this is recorded to the computer. So anyway, okay. All right, we'll just get started, and that will be that. So I guess the only way I can fix that is to log out of everything and log back in. It's like, worked last time. So anyway, I don't know if I have time to tell a Zoom or not. So, all right. Greetings, everyone. This is the chat questions, not pre-recorded because it won't go to live. So, all right, here we go. And blessings. There we go. Greetings, blessings from the Essissani race. This is Neiman. Greetings to you. We were happy to connect, and when you are ready, we are ready.
Hi, Neiman. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
So first up is Jess. I feel a strong connection with Chris Cornell. Did we share a reptilian past life? And if so, can you elaborate?
Just a human lifetime, I believe. I don't see a reptilian energy there, but most likely there was at some point. But I see mostly a human incarnation of your last incarnation, I believe, in a farmland of some kind. Blessings.
Okay, your second question. Does Chris or my guide Daniel have any messages for me at this time?
Jesse, Mike, you're connecting to the Arcturians for healing, and also Archangel Michael for assistance on your chakra system. He says you have many tests to go through, as a lot of times you do not learn your lessons. So you are going through a health process at this time because the lessons were not learned. So you're going through about it in a different way. Lessons.
Okay, next up is Danielle. Do I have any hybrid children?
Of course. See many Yael, Reptilian, and Zeta, but also Pleiadian races. The Pleiadians are the strongest ones of all these, meaning those are the larger numbers, and they seem to be the closest DNA-wise connected to you at this time. I threw C3 at this time. Blessings.
Are there any messages from them?
Oh, they connect with you astral all the time. They do assist you with your energy fields. They take you through time, it seems, in astral, but you're also teaching them and they're teaching you. I see you on a mothership with them also. So in your dream state, I do see you connecting on the mothership outside of Earth by your moon on the what they call the dark side of the moon. Is a place where they don't get much attention. They're not seen, basically. Blessings.
Okay. Susie would like to know how she can connect to her higher self.
Give it time. Meditate first. There's a lot of wearing beings around you, feline, that can assist you. One moment. As for your higher self, you're already connected to your higher self. You're always gathering data from them already. But this lion energy does seem like it can clear your chakra systems through the angelic realms. From what I'm seeing, it's an angelic clearing energy around you at this time. It assists you open up your chakras and connecting to your higher self. Give it time. You have the intentions of connecting to your higher self. You already are. You're just not fully aware. And little by little will come through. But your chakra clearings is much needed. Your angels, your Lyrans, whatever it might be. Just give yourself time, relaxation. There's no hurry. Just to let you know. Blessings.
Okay. Susie would also like to know if her higher self has any advice for her during this difficult time.
Oh, yes, not to worry of their connection. You're connected all the time. What comes through to you, understand you're receiving the information already. So these times of test is that you ask for, yes, will be on a like walking a high wire at this time. But you will eventually, one moment, lead these struggles. For right now, you are learning from them. You're going, yes, you're kind of jumping into it to some degree that you asked for it, and now you asked for it, now it's happening. Now it's like, why did I ask for this? So the lessons are, yes, harmful in some regard, meaning energy-wise, it's just not making you feel comfortable. But for the most part, it will let itself go eventually. But I believe you're holding on too much of it also for learning purposes, from what I'm seeing. So just look at the positive energies and know it will pass. Blessings.
Okay. Wanda 11 would like to know what's been going on in astral for her as she remembers some strange things.
I see you connecting to the Arcturians, also the Palladians. The Palladians seem to be building a city from what I'm seeing in their third density environment, and you're much involved with it as a Arcturian being. But in some ways, not everything is going as well as you'd like it to, so there is some kind of back and forth wording. So it is a third density environment, but it is a higher version than your world. And yes, there's just a lot of back and forth. I would say your important energy there also for assisting your vibration. Blessings.
Okay, and Wanda 11 would also like to know if there are messages for her from the angels or Yeshua.
One moment. Yeshua's energies around you at this time is, yes, to help you become more youthful. But also these tests you're going through, also they say a lot of reptilian energies around you at this time that's causing you to be tired out. Maybe not thinking clearly as a reptilian vibration as around you. It's like wrapped itself around you to some cases. And is saying to unwrap it as you're kind of following your old ways and other incarnations. Basically, to just clear your energy of any reptilian energies, most likely you'll feel different, possibly. Most likely, yes. But it's different for everybody of what they might feel. Blessings.
Okay, Amy would like to know if there are any messages for her.
Yes, your angels say to take a walk in a nature environment or go to the beach. I'm not sure if there's a beach in your area, but it is good for your environment. It'll help you connect to elementals. Also, buying little things, there's nothing wrong with that. You say materialism is not always bad. It is good. It does help your energy field. It is, what is it that lightens you up and also connects you to the spirit world? Certain objects are here to help you remind you of your past lives. You'd be surprised. It's surprised what you find at your dollar store or these small little trinket shops. You'd be surprised. Blessings.
Okay, Amy would like to know, what are the requirements for becoming a spirit guide and how are they chosen for each person?
That's a little bit much for this time we have here, but to a quick version of that is everyone is pretty much thrown into a spirit guide energy. Usually young souls are made spirit guides, but not the main guide. Younger souls are brought in as spirit guides to learn how this all works, basically. And then they have the incarnation as a fairy or whatever it might be. When I say young soul, I mean new soul that has been created. And sometimes even souls from other realities like gray or reptilian come in as a spirit guide before they enter as a actual human. But they're usually not the main guide. The main guide has to have a lot of experience. So what happens? Soul is born, teach it some things, here you go. Go help them out. Understand, you're usually on the outside of things, but still, your learning, your mind, your thoughts are much helpful. You'd be surprised. Blessings. I'm not sure if you are muted.
Second chance or death.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm having a bad connection. 1 second. Sorry, it's from Jim F. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is this okay? Okay. During a dream, after I defeated my opponent, a gray box was placed in front of me and I was asked second chance or death. I said second chance, then as if on a loop, this happened 3 or 4 times, and I answered the same each time. Shh, sorry. Afterwards, I wondered if my answer was wrong. Could you comment on what this was about?
No, it was wrong. Just the beings around you did not want to hear it. But also you were stuck on that answer, you can say. That's why you did not believe it. Much happened after that. You just don't remember it. So what happened went on, but your dream state kind of shut off in some cases. Is that you can say you were paused, but everything kept on going. I believe this is mostly an astral dream. Blessings.
Okay. Jim would also like to know if there are any messages for him.
Moment. At this time, you're connecting to Arcturians and the and the reptilians. Connecting to Orion, as you are part of the Orion Council, and you are assisting much friendship within these two races because they have been at each other for some time, it seems. But also it's causing some interference on this planet as you see the rage on this world. It is coming from other beings, not necessarily there are Arcturians, but it is not helping. Understand when other races get into a little fits, it does affect this world depending on how connected they are. So you are at this time clearing much things up. Also see this as a Orion with a very large head from what I'm seeing. Like something you would see in Star Trek. Blessings.
Okay, Vasco B would like to know if there's any messages from anyone.
Just follow your highest desires. It also seems like there's many things that you will be working on as for creating. I believe at work, for the most part, inventing different things. For some reason we are seeing flight there also, but it might be unrelated. But we do see flight in your future. Possibly a plane, but you do see flight. We keep seeing it. Possibly a drone, but we see flight. It all depends on how you want to look at that. Blessings.
Okay. Second question for Vasco. Can you tell me, in my Civil War past lives, was I a soldier? If so, what side?
Soldier, yes. Confederate, yes. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Donna Riggs. I would like to know who I was specifically by name on the Titanic.
No, I can't do that at this time. No energy field at this time. As for who, one moment, I don't believe you're on the Titanic, but you knew someone on the Titanic. I believe it was more of a family friend that you had that got lost on the Titanic. It was your older female. I believe your name was Angela. There is a name after all, but it was not your incarnation on the Titanic, but you knew someone that was. Angela was the name, and of great royalty, meaning of English descent. But I believe you were in America during that time. Blessings.
Okay. Donna would also like to know what her first soul incarnation was, how many years ago it was, and if there are messages.
False incarnation on this planet. We're going to go for this planet because there's you normally when you enter into this universe, I can't go into all of that. But first incarnation, I believe you were of a Neanderthal, a female in the primitive time. Yes, there were dinosaurs during that time also. I believe they're near their extinction time or being released from this planet, however you want to word it. Some of them are used by disease to release from this planet. There's different ways, but your Neanderthal incarnation, I believe, is a female. I believe you can look that up, the date of that. Blessings.
Okay, just headed to the main page here. Okay, it looks like we're starting with Zinyu Ki. What are the good and bad karma for promiscuity, cheating, and pornography?
Only time that's ever if you're harming someone. Also, do you feel like you did something wrong? That's usually where karma comes from. If I feel like I did something wrong, then you get karma. So you cause your own karma. Did something good, you cause good karma. Did something bad, so it's whatever. Some see murder as no big deal. They still get some karma from that, yes. So it's usually of a negative energy. It depends on the different types of karma also. There's a karma that you'll usually get where you're ill, like some do have headaches, sickness, and others that have like of murder where it's usually you get incarcerated again, basically. An eye for an eye, it all depends. You all choose your own karma, how to clear it out. But yes, it all depends on how you look at things. But for incest and things of that sort, mostly it's mild, but any type of murder or any type of injury to someone, usually that's where you receive the most karma from. Even if you don't think it's no big deal, most likely you will still get karma from it. Blessings.
Okay, second question. In the 5 elements diagram, how exactly does metal create water? One explanation says metal melts into water, but that doesn't sound very convincing.
Well, how do you think it works? It works different for everybody. Understand it's part of your reality creation, and many of you are distorting your realities at this time or going by what others are telling you. As for metal being created as part of the elements of your world, that is not, yes, mystery on your planet, yes. At this time, because our energy field is only so much at this time to go into this fully, it is how you feel it comes together. That is the best way to answer that at this time. Because we don't have enough energy to go into this deeply. We're not here to go into these type of in-depth questions like this. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Carol McLaughlin. Are there any messages for me?
Yes, message from Yeshua's energies is assisting you in your chakra systems, connecting you to the other side. It seems like you're going there for health reasons, to the other side for healing, most in your dream state. Blessings.
She would also like to know if there's any messages for her sister Pamela.
Hopefully, well, I'm not receiving a full detailed message, but they say your great outdoors is your friend. I believe you are connected to the outside, but still, there's not, making the full connection. One moment, friends and relatives outside doesn't, sometimes it adds clutter to it. You see, water is good for your environment at this time. As for walking by a lake or a beach or anything of that sort, water seems to be your friend at this time to clear negative vibrations, mostly from family, it seems. It helps you. I do see like you're connecting to the Dolphin Collective from what we're seeing. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Crystal Eve Snow. Are there any messages from Cryon?
Cryon at this time says just be yourself and not worry what others think, and just bring out the more male energies within yourself to go out your day. See yourself as more masculine that you can accomplish what you wish you accomplished. Not to say you can't do it now, but it does help because you've had male lifetimes in the past. You've forgotten much of it, and to bring balance is to remember the male energies here to solve problems and to figure out what to do with your life and answer things of that sort. Blessings.
Okay. Crystal Lee would also like to know if there's any messages from Abraham Hicks.
What? Just be yourself. Look in the mirror. See what you see. If you transform and see yourself as an Indian, don't be surprised. And see what you transform into. Blessings.
Okay. Freddie Cooley is next, and he says, on Monday morning at 4:17 a.m., an orb flashed its light when I looked at it. Who was it, and is there a message?
Ooh, one moment. Yes, it's an angel energy. I believe it is actually Archangel Michael's energy around you at this time, assisting your angelic state. Just to make it going on to the other side. Recently, to go to the Akashic Records to download more information. I believe you're aware of this, and you've been asking for some time, but I believe you are got your wish. I believe some of that will start to come through. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Marianne A. Are there any messages for me?
One moment. But your guides say remove the darkness. Realize what is around you as a lower energy source. What it is around from others, friends, family, to clear out the angel energies. If you have a headache or you feel a lack of energy, it is from others that are energy vampires at this time. They don't realize they are clogging up your space. And others, of course, they're not realizing it. To put a bubble of light around yourself more often to clear this out, because it does seem like other energies from other people are seen to distract you from your direction you wish to go into. Blessings.
Okay. For second question, are there any messages from Yogananda?
Be patient. And almost the same message as the other one, but it came from someone else. Look in the mirror, see what you see. But in this case, walk through it and see where you end up at. You can visualize this mirror and walk through it. This also goes for that other person that was questioned, or for anybody for that matter. See where you end up. As part of your galactic family and also your angelic energies. But of course, use a white light around it. That way you're not going somewhere you don't want to go. Be surprised where you end up. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Ra N. What have I been doing lately in Astro?
We see a lot of Saturn energies around you at this time. Yes, you see you going there for education purposes. It seems to refit yourself for this planet. So you see more, hear more. There is reptilian energies here that you are reversing. As for mind control energies, it best mostly around those friends that you have that are controlled by more reptilians. You are learning how to reverse those energies. So when the thoughts come to you, you can close down those thoughts before they fully hit you. The energy, you can hear it, not be affected by it as much as your warning ways. And this can also for others. When a thought comes to you from someone that is negative, you can freeze it, hear what they are saying, not have the energy to affect you. Blessings.
Okay. Ra would also like to know if there are any messages.
I believe this is mentioned before, but probably for somebody else. They do say cooking is good for your energy field. It could be a small thing. You'd be surprised. It's also a meditative. And also it connects you to your star family. You'd be surprised, especially the origins of your food, where it came from. Imagine you can read that if you wish to do so. or go to your grocery store, but it does seem like food that you are choosing. Like, why did I choose this? And you feel the vibrations of where it all came from. That's for your galactic connections. I know that sounds kind of strange, but you'd be surprised. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Gregory Savakul. I feel like I used to be a lot more joyful, outgoing, and got to do a lot more fun things when I was a child, and I feel like I've lost that. Do my guides have any messages on that?
Well, understand part of your direction here is to lose it, but also to find it again. It does seem like you're in a process of healing your inner child and resurfacing the happiness. Yes, this is part of your place here, your part of your chart, but also has much more to it than that. But you'll be adding to it, but it is right now to rediscover your childhood self.
Okay, his Gregory's second question. Is there anyone who has any messages for me?
Archangel Michael at this time says he's assisting you, one moment, with your past lives as a reptilian, one moment, on other worlds, of course. You're very much involved in the government and reptilian worlds, not always for the positive, but mostly. But you are clearing a lot of negativity from your past moment. He does show a chipmunk energy that's around you. Yes, they are quite humorous. And you go to them quite often. You have incarnation as one moment. They say chipmunk, one moment. There's another one. Squirrel. Squirrel is actually the strongest energy around you as her past lives as a squirrel. Imagine you can feel some of this. A galactic squirrel. It's bring humor to you, but also there's much to go into it. I know it sounds very difficult for a human environment to tell people this, but it is much true. As part of laughter, it's also part of scavenging, but it's also part of nature to assist Mother Nature. And the galactic world is also the same, but it's not exactly the same, of course, but it's still assisting Mother Nature. As humans are not really doing that here. In some ways, yes, but your animal energies is very much involved in nature, as you can see. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Joellen E. Are there any messages for me?
One moment. Interesting. Yes, they are saying that you are like an archaeologist. Ah, yes, one that your past lives as one that mummified beings during your Egyptian time period, I believe a female, but also one to resurrect them as an archaeologist in your 1800 time period. Blessings.
Okay, Joellen's second question. What have I been up to in Astro?
It does seem like you are at this time making many friendly connections with Lyrans and Pleiadians. As you got kind of distracted with this world, you kind of ignored them to a certain degree. Be surprised that happens often. You get too distracted by this world because it becomes a project. It seems like you're reconnecting to them because you did kind of shut them out to some degree. There's much more. Your galactic self is not giving me too much details at this time, but it does seem like you're reconnecting because it does seem like you did shut out many because you wish to involve yourself with this Earth project as much as possible, but not in a bad way. Not shut them out in a bad way. It's just that you almost turned into in some ways you turned into a new person that but others have not recognized you in some ways. An astral. I believe you can connect with this. Blessings.
Okay, Symmetry would like to know if there's any messages for him.
Yes, there's many. A moment. Reptilian energies around you at this time. But you seem like you're playing cards from what we are seeing. That you're making good faith with them. That you like the females that you are around. You do connect and joke with them in astral, but also in your third density. It does seem like they give you ideas. You are hanging out with each other. There's a lot of grays also. They're more technical around you. They help you with technical things. But the reptilians seem to chew out your energies, help you smoke, drink, things of that sort. Not to say you do those things, but to give you an idea where the vices come from, they come from the reptilians, just to give you an idea. Binge watching. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Stephanie. Any messages for me at this time?
Just trust your instincts. You're going into a new direction. One you might realize, you might not fully realize it. Yes, there's a mother energy there that's assisting you, but also see a sister energy that you're not aware of. That is an astral that's assisting you at this time. Blessings.
Stephanie also says, Astral seems busier than usual lately for me. Can you share some things that are going on with that?
Only thing we can give to you is hints at this time. Right now, you are growing up in astral. You're going to a more heavier part of astral where you're most busy. You have seemed to have ascended to a higher energy of astral, what's much busier. You have gone through many tests, and you have passed them from what we are seeing, so it should get quite more fascinating. We do see many reptilians that show themselves as Lyrans all the time, so for you to decipher them, who is who, there's much more than that. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Chris Suchek. Who is a small flying insect that keeps coming to me?
I believe it's called Geraldo, and he's just interested in your energies. Yes, he's done you in other lifetimes. I know that sounds funny, but he's there to, maybe bite you. But he's just there to check out your energy field for the most part. I believe he will be on his way. Thanks.
Okay. Chris also asks, what's going on with my husband and how can I best help support him?
Yes, there's confusion at this time. One moment. Just to go by your instincts, basically. Yes, this is also to help you learn of your instincts. What to say, when not to say it. If you say it, you get some repercussions, but this time to just be there for him and let him settle it out on his own. It doesn't seem like he's shutting people out at this time. As for what is going on, he would like to keep it personal. He won't even tell us. I am not allowed to know. But at this time, it's just best to just to support him, be communicative with him, and that's all you can do. What's on your mind, basically? If he shuts you out, it's okay. I don't put much to worry. There's nothing to worry for what we are seeing. He's just going through a slight depression from what we are picking up on. Blessings.
Okay. And my name is Stacy.
Yes.
I have a question about my niece attends a dance studio once a week, and the dance studio has been noticing some interesting behavior the last little while, like lights flashing or popping that haven't worked in 4 years have all of a sudden been going off, and they've made the decision prior to all of this to actually move through moving studios, and they're just wondering what's kind of going on in the studio and why all of a sudden the change.
Yes, it does seem like there's a lot of spirits that have not crossed over. They are roaming around. They find the children, I believe these are children, they find them very fascinating. So it does seem like this is a dance studio, correct? So there are beings that are dancing along with the dancers, what we're seeing. And they can move all they want. It does seem like the beings are going to be following them from what I'm gathering. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as strong, but possibly it might show up there. Unlikely, but it's a possibility. Blessings.
Okay. And then I also had another question about my niece Amelia and how she was on the past camping trip we went on this weekend. So she's still in recovery, and I was just wondering how her experience was over the camping trip. It's hard to really tell because she's so young.
Everybody, she enjoyed it greatly. She's sending many of you the adults much energy, helping adults have a good time by smiling, laughing, doing funny things. So it's helping the adults because sometimes the adults have a difficulty having a good time as they get older. So she is there to assist with that. There's a lot of dragon energy around her at this time to assist her health. So dragon energy meaning possibly ADD energy around her, possibly not to be severe, not at all, but meaning to be a very active child. I believe she already is, but I believe her illness in some ways is slow her down, because without it, we should be over here, over there, all over the place. So in a lot of ways, it's there to slow her down also. But she is adjusting the energy fields of those that are around, and she enjoys that very much. And she is actually a tall blonde Nordic energy. Of course, she seems like a child, but there is a female energy around her that's very strong. That is her full higher self that is around, of course. That does make an appearance, most likely not to be seen. But of course, she does have Nordic energies around here, and which is Palladian, Arturian, of course, and the dragon. One moment. But most likely, you might see this higher self being walking around. That is basically her all grown up, basically. Blessings.
Okay, so and the dragon energy, would that be my dragon as well? Assisting?
Yours assists, yes. It is combined, yes.
Okay. Okay, that's it, Neiman. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Blessings. And we will connect again. All right. Thank you guys, and find out about YouTube. Who knows? So, all right. Blessings, everybody.